to think about that. I don't know why I'm thinking it's Thursday today. If only I was that far ahead on my to-do list that it would feel like Thursday because of that. That would be great. So, what I'm bringing to you today is card number 7 for March's stamp camp. Yeah. It's card number 7 out of 10 for March's virtual stamp camp. And I'm excited to bring you kind of a nice, classy looking card. So if you're in need of thinking of ideas for summer wedding or for somebody that's in your life that has to dress up every day, this is the card for you. So let me show you today's card here. This is today's card. Whoops. Yeah, this is it. It's just that the camera didn't pick up like the extra little cuts that I did. I thought, oh, that looks kind of plain. It's kind of funny how the camera doesn't do that, but when I make your card, you'll be able to see that. Hi there, Tori and Lois and Pam and Linda. And actually, Tori, I have a special guest here for you. You'll be like, what? Who's like hanging out in Belle's stamp room that Tori would be that excited about? But when I get the camera turned around, I'll show you. I'm still hoping to get my iPad to catch up here. And I don't see that it is. And if it's not, oh, wait a minute, there I am. I was going to say, I only give it so long, and if not, I give up just so that I don't keep you guys waiting. Okay, let me put that down. And let me get this swung around. And before I do, here, Tori, here's my ladybug. I often have at least one ladybug that ventures around my stamp room. So this guy's been scooting around all day. Now he's kind of shy for the camera. Got his legs tucked in, but he was on my desk and now he's on my emboss machine. So that's my special guest here. Oh, there he goes. Gotta see him. There he goes. Scooting off. Okay, so no ladybugs have been harmed in the making of today's video. So thanks, Ruth. Yes, I think it will be a fun guys card for you guys. And I'm going to throw out, if I remember, some different details too that you can use for ideas when you're making your own and such. And here the camera's picking up more of the details of the lapels and the white shirt color there too. So lots of just die cutting for this, not a lot of extra and actually not a lot of stamping and such. So this is the Handsomely Suited stamp set, and that is found in the mini catalog. I really haven't done much with the dies or the stamp set, and I was so excited to get it. It was like one of the first things I pre-ordered when I could. So that's on page 66 and 67, and look at all of these fun ideas here. Some ideas have like the actual suit cutout, some are t-shirts, and some are using the bow ties, and even these are fun little pockets. And I even just love this one that uses the masculine papers with the tie as a background and just a small bow tie to go with the sentiment too. Hi Diane, hi Eve. And so today what I'm using is the Handsomely Suited stamp set, and actually just for the sentiment. And then I'm using a lot of these dies here. So there is the bundle pricing as well as you can purchase the stamp set or the dies separate that way too. So you can check that out, or let me know if you have questions on that. I'm going to set that aside. And then these pretty papers. These, if you remember yesterday's chicken card, that's where this came from, that little banner cut piece of paper that came from these pretty papers. So the Well Suited collection has lots of masculine looking papers. I used this during Valentine's Day for masculine card. And then how fun is this for ties? I'm going to use this today for the tie. And then, like I said, yesterday's chick card, but lots of grays and whites. And if you like florally shirts, I think this will make a fun t-shirt too. And then if you like paisley, nice gray paisley design. And I love this too. I think my son has a dress shirt that has this exact pattern on it. And this one's pretty subtle. It's just got some squares on it, some dark gray squares on white. And then this side, very traditional tie pattern there. Hi there, Lisa. And then we've got this, which is kind of like a tweed suit coat look. And this I also used for Valentine's Day, pairing up with the guy's Valentine card too. I love this. It'll make a great t-shirt. And then today, this one is what I'm using. So it's kind of like that, I was going to say charcoal gray, but we don't have a charcoal gray. So you guys will want to know exactly. It's kind of in between basic gray. It's not as dark as gray, basic gray, but not as light as smoky slate. And then the back side has a nice pattern too that you've probably seen. I think we have a tie in the house that matches up now. I wish I would have got it for the video so you could see this actually is a perfect pattern. So that is the well-suited designer series paper in a nutshell. So let me get to putting the card together. So kind of here's all the pieces that I'm using. I'm using a cardstock base of basic gray. That's the same color I used yesterday, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I just thought it was a perfect classic base to put this card together. And I actually toyed around with having the designer series paper cover the entire front of the card. But it kind of made, I like the look of having a little bit of an edge show to make it look like a card and not just a suit coat too. So personal preference there. Hi Ginger, hi Julie, hi Joyce. Thanks for popping in. So that I'm just going to set aside for now. And I'm going to bring over my cut and emboss machine here. And I have no idea where Tori's ladybug took off here. That thing scooted off in a hurry and it's gone. Okay, so what I need here is this piece, and this is cut 4 by 5 1/4 inches there. And oh, here's the dies. I always like to show you all of the dies. So I'm actually going to cut this right away. Whoops. With that, we're going to end up using the pocket die, the tie dye, and then there's even a little piece here that's going to go on top to make the tie thicker, bulkier at the top to make it look like a tie would because of the knot that you'd make. And then this little piece is actually going to be the top of the dress shirt, the white dress shirt. So the ones I'm not using are still, oops, quite a few in here. So there's 2 different bow ties, one smaller, one larger, and just a little oval piece there, suspender tabs. This can actually, oh yeah, there's 2 suspender tabs, which I love because then it can be an easy pass through 2 at one time. Okay, this strip here is stitched and long, so this would make a great set of suspenders. Or think classy dress shirt if you have like a wedding and you think of what these buttons would button into. It's usually an extra thick piece of like white dress shirt that you can put these buttons on. And these buttons are so nice because you can get 6 in one pass to just cut them all at once and then be done. So that is what the dies look like. Because there's so many there, I love showing them to you. So then for this, I'm just going to line this up so that my top of my dies here is as close as I can get to the top of my designer series paper. And I'm just kind of eyeing that that's the middle so that it didn't go crooked. And I'm going to make this pass through here. And like I said, just a lot of die cutting. This I'm going to save, and who knows where this will end up later. Or I could just use it to make a tie later or something too. So that'll work for that. Hi there, Mary. How are you? Okay, so with this pass that I just did, we have this cutout, and then that will go right in there. I was kind of on the fence between doing just a separate pass to have this to kind of pop up, but I just thought, no, not today. Sometimes it is just like that, isn't it? Like, nope, not today. Okay, and then for my my tie, I'm going to run. Oh, I didn't do that long enough. I thought this piece was big enough. Okay, this will fit on here though, so I'm not too alarmed, luckily. Okay, so even though it's a really skinny strip, I know it will fit on there. So that's going to go on there, and then that extra tie piece too will fit on here. I'm just going to put that kind of, oops, at an angle. I was hoping not to bump my tie as I just picked it right up with the sticky part of the die. Okay, I've got that. And then I'm going to run this through, and this is, like I said, the lapels for the the white dress shirt. And then I have that same pattern of the card and just a strip of this. And this I'm going to lay down for a pocket on the suit coat. So we have lots of dies going through there at the same time. Looks like everything's gonna stay put. I'll crank that through. So we've got all these pieces here. And see, so we've got a tie and we've got a shirt collar, and I'm going to show you what you can also do with an extra shirt collar too, that I'm not doing today but would work. Okay, I'm just going to set that all aside, and then I think we can start our assembly. Okay, so I have a piece of white cardstock that I've cut 3 by 5, and that's just going to be kind of an extra little insert piece. And I'm going to just put some adhesive on that, like so right now, and set that aside. And then I can put my adhesive on my designer series paper. That is my suit coat. So I'm going to go right to the edges there, like that. And then I'm going to put a little extra just along the inside too, so that it sticks well. Okay. And then this can go, oops, let me get rid of this. Sometimes I can get away with that when I'm crafting all by myself. I just have little pieces stuck to my finger, and I know I'm not the only one. Okay, so I'm going to put this about 1/4 inch from the top, because that's where I've cut this to fit, is 1/4 inch around the whole card. So then I can just lay this down, and my only goal is to line up so that this is equal with the white across there, like so. And once it is, then I'm just going to press that down. And here you can see that there's just a little bit of the basic gray from the card base that shows. Not a worrisome thing at all, because the next thing that I'm going to put down is this piece here, which are the collar, like the lapels of the suit. So I'm just going to put some of that tape on there going up from the top. This might be a little loose here at the bottom, but the tie will cover that piece up too. I'm just going to insert that right into the cutout spot, because that's exactly where it got cut out from. But it adds a nice little extra cut look that gives it the look of the lapels there. So that's really fun. Like I said, that could be done as an additional cut and just placed on top. Hi there, Pam. Thanks for joining in. And then what I'm going to do next is just put a little bit of tape on here, like so. And then I just had to look and go, okay, these go across like straight versus pointed. And that can just lay right across the top of the shirt, like so. So how fun is that, that it just makes it look like now a dress shirt with a collar. And then for the tie, I'm going to take some dimensionals. Hey there, Beth, how are you today? I'm just gonna put dimensionals, about 3 of them, only as far as it will go up. And I know that this will lay then higher than this part for now, but when I add that extra piece, hopefully I have that extra piece. Where did that go? It's not in there. It's not the biggest thing. I can always run it through again, but I'll see. You never know if it's laying underneath something or what happens to it, but I know it made it on the sheet of dies, because I have, this is the piece I'm looking for, so I know it got cut out. Okay, so I want that to sit down there between the collars, and then over that piece that was just flapping up a little bit. So let me, because I'm not seeing that piece, don't see it on my floor. It's very, oh, wait a minute. Here it is. It's still on my my cutting pad. So found it. This I'm going to just put a little dimension, or not a little, a regular dimensional on there to pop that up, so that it has that same height as the other. And I want to just take a glue dot and just kind of stick that down to the glue dot. And then this is going to go right on top. so that it has that extra layer that makes it look like a tie knot. Thank you, Lisa. I should have looked to let so you could help me find my pieces. I need an assistant here, guys. Okay, now here's that fun pocket, and I made sure that I cut that going with the same lines as my suit so that it looks like a professional cut. And I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on there to pop that up as well. So we've got that. Oh, and this is the point that I was going to tell you about too, is I had cut out an extra white collar because I wasn't sure if I wanted to take and just pull those two pieces that make up the collar, or it's one piece, but it's easy to pull apart. I think that you could just go like this. Wait a minute, like this and like this. And actually, maybe I'll just do that for this card, and then you guys can pick between my sample, oops, and this, if we want to do that or not. And this is going to be just a little piece of fabric, but now I need some more dimensionals or something to help it stick. Because I'm doing this on the fly, my original card didn't have these pieces. So I'm just going to take an extra dimensional, I think, here. And I must be getting comfortable with you guys after this long of COVID to just go, hey, let's make the card a little bit different than what I was planning on and such. Okay, so I added a little bit more dimensionals and a glue dot to have that look of fabric kind of sticking out. So we'll see how that goes. I kind of want to tuck it back in, otherwise it's going to look like it's going past my pocket. Okay, so now I can put this down on my card like so, and there we go. Now it's moving the way I wanted it to, like that. I'm not a great guy mom when it comes to dressing my kids up like super duper. Prom was fun, I'll admit, but my boys are more sporty, so like I can help get them dressed for that easily, but they can too easily do that on their own. So that's something I don't have to worry about. This looks like it's just wobbly, so I want to add another like half a dimensional there. There we go. So here it comes together. Now let me show you some other options of the card. So the card that's like pretty dressed up there with that little, there's a name for that too, and I'm sure somebody here might know what that is. Oh, thanks, Pam. I'm glad this is a fun part of your day. And so this is that same card without that extra white fabric piece in the pocket there, so that looks kind of fun. And then if you want kind of an old school sweater look, what I did is used this die instead of this die. And that would give you more of a V-neck sweater look if you wanted that. I think that's kind of a fun, warm, fuzzy feeling, and you could still put a pocket on there or, you know, do whatever you wanted there. So kind of three different looks that way, either using the V or the lapels and such that way. Now for the inside, I'm going to make this a birthday card today, but a very easily swappable birthday card. Basic gray is the ink I'm using because it works really well with the colors of the card base and such. So a happy birthday to you is an easy thing to stamp out there, but for you guys that are receiving my March virtual stamp camps, it's going to be one of those cards that I'm just going to put in the inside, because maybe it's one of those things where you might want to send like congratulations on your new job, if somebody got a promotion, something like that. So happy birthday might not fit, happy birthday might be exactly what you need, so you'll have that in there. And then just to kind of review what is on the stamp set for other sentiments, there's happy Father's Day, birthday, thank you, world's greatest dad, and even you're the best. So those are a lot of different sentiments that can be used, and I think just having this be flexible for you guys on the inside is the best way to go for now. It's a guide card, so I'm not going to do any extra embellishments. I know part of the suite, they have some twine, navy and basic gray twine, but that didn't fit today's card. Maybe the next one I make with this one, which I'm really excited. I have all sorts of ideas pinned on Pinterest for using this bundle too. So I think it'll be kind of fun to do that. So that's card number 7 today. And here's an update on where my ladybug is. Tori, there's the ladybug going to town on Bermuda Bay. How fun is that? Okay, so let me get my camera turned around. Hey there, Nancy. Can't wait to see you next month at the retreat. All right, so that's card number 7 for March's virtual stamp camp. What I have coming up is cards 8, 9, and 10. So it'll be Thursday, Friday, Monday. And then I'll probably jump right in after that and do cards for my next virtual hostess, Ginger Anderson, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Just because I have so many ideas and I just want to keep getting them out there before I lose my concentration on what's in there. And it's always good to just clear out for a while. I've always got a lot going on in there. But with that, I already have Ginger's host code set up. So if you're debating about ordering and maybe don't have quite enough to reach my 75 minimum to get the March cards for free, you might go, well, you know what? I can do a smaller minimum. If you order $25 minimum through Ginger's party using her code, then you get the 3 cards that I will be making next week as a thank you from her and I that way too. So keep that in mind either way. So thanks so much for joining in. I'm going to take a picture of today's card and get that posted with the code for March, how to get my cards. If you're not ordering the 75, you can always just contact me and say, hey, I want the cards for 22 and $22 even, and I'll get those out to you when they're all made up. So hope you're having a great Wednesday and see you tomorrow afternoon. Bye-bye.